Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Sanch here. Welcome back to another episode of Bodybuilding Daily, where we talk about all things hot topic and trending in the world of bodybuilding. We have our Patreon is live, exclusive weekly content, and it will be growing. So please, once you do subscribe, definitely leave some suggestions over on Patreon for exclusive content that you would like to see here on BNN. But I wanted to talk about a recent conversation, of course. Bob Cicherillo just can't keep his mouth shut. And here we are again talking about Bob Cicherillo. This time, pretty much attacking Dave Palumbo. Wow, I had a brain fart there. Pretty much attacking Dave Palumbo. I was watching the episode with Dave and Chris Aceto, and I don't think it had really any bad things. Dave didn't really say anything bad in that interview. He said the quote here on Buys and Tries, shout out to Buys and Tries for always highlighting and recapping the juicy drama here, but Dave Palumbo pretty much said he should just give us his opinion, right? Bob, just give us your opinion. Don't give us the league's opinion that pays you to push these narratives. Just be Bob. Now, I know being Bob is pretty intolerable because you're really not enjoyable to listen to, and you always attack people. You can't just talk. You can't just have fun. You're always you're bashing Fuad, you're bashing Dave, you're bashing anybody whoever speaks your name. I don't understand what goes on in that little head of yours. I don't get it. Continuing with the quote, don't come off as part of the organization and explaining why Big Ramy didn't place well. So I actually thought it was a really interesting conversation on Fuad's recent episode. What's the guy's name? Jose Raymond was wondering, as the MC, what kind of view does this guy get? And, that is fair for someone who, really does run their mouth about, being an expert bodybuilding analyst or whatever. I mean, what analyst work does he actually do besides, he does talk on the voice of bodybuilding, which, I mean, no one calls you that, dude. You could stop calling yourself that. It's kind of awkward at this point. But the question was raised, from his point of view, standing there on the MC place, right? Which you gotta wonder what kind of bodies, what kind of skeletons in the closet does this Bob guy have on the league for him to just always get these gigs? I mean, the voice isn't that great. It's good, but it's not that great. I mean, we've heard better voices. I mean, I could probably even do a better job of reading off. They give him a piece of paper. It doesn't take a lot of skill, maybe middle school reading level, and you could probably do that job. And I could talk in a very dramatic voice, and I could ask you, "Are you ready?" I could do that. I probably will eventually. Who knows? We'll see how the year unfolds. 2023 is going to be a very exciting year for us here on BNN, but the question does stand, and the conversation's still out there. Why does he always interject himself as being one of those league insiders, one of the people that speaks for the league? And then Bob always says, I never said I spoke for the league. But then literally every single video he comes out with, he puts himself in a position of authority of being a league insider and being friends with all the league head executives. And I don't know how many promoters actually like the guy. I mean, he's pretty intolerable, and I've met plenty of promoters, and they seem like quality people. So I don't know how they associate with a guy like that or somebody of that quality and that caliber. I digress. Let your businesses be businesses. If you like the corny voice and the misinterpretation and are not able to read certain last names, hey, by all means, you can keep hiring Bob. But again, thank you so much, Buys and Tries, for always highlighting these stories. I watched Dave's episode in its entirety, loved it. I completely agree. Bob's always putting himself out there as being that voice of the league, being the voice of bodybuilding, and then Bob, of course, he can't have a civil conversation with somebody. He's always on the attack. He's always on the offensive. I completely forgot about the email discrepancy with someone making a fake email. Shout out to Desktop Bodybuilding, Xavier Willis. He highlighted it perfectly, so please check out his recent video. I don't think I have it up in my tabs, but great video. Definitely breaks down a lot of the drama, a lot of the controversy, if you will, of what's going on right now with this conversation. Bob says in a recent video, either you quit or I quit. Is anyone asking Bob not to quit? I don't even know where he's at, like 1,000 subscribers. Like, you can quit, dude. Like, no one likes you. No one likes listening to you. You're pretty toxic. I mean, you're even making me feel kind of toxic. Like, I feel dirty talking like this. It's not my cup of tea. I mean, me and Cicherillo could do a dual commentary on how terrible Bob is at this point. That would be more in brand than, me talking about this. But as we continue, back your big mouth up. I mean, look at it. The guy can't even like get a sentence out without just like bash. But I'm sure it was like a 50-minute video where this snippet was taken out of, so I digress. Back your big mouth up or keep your name out of my... Yeah, he keeps saying that, like, keep your name, blah, blah, blah. I mean, he even commented on one of my things. It was pretty insufferable. It took me a few days to read through the whole comment because it's just that bad. But he's like, let me give you a little insight, buddy or boy, or something degrading and demeaning. I'm like, okay, you're going to come on my platform and the first thing you're going to do is be condescending. Like, yikes, dude. Yikes. Very, very yikes. Anywho, keep your name out of my mouth. I never said I speak for the pro league. Yeah, sure, Bob. Keep telling yourself that, because literally everyone knows you're a corporate shill at this point. You are the definition of a league insider, and that is going to be the trademark term for you and all your other buddies out there until the pro league gets in line with what the fans want and what bodybuilding is really about, instead of just pushing these narratives where you're just robbing hardworking athletes and pros of probably winning shows, but they want to push a certain narrative. And I don't know, I'm not going to keep hitting the conversation that hard, but I'll leave it there. I never told him to retire. Facts. Bob did not say that, and Xavier Willis did highlight that perfectly in one of Xavier's videos. And Bob, again, you are correct on that one. I can't bash you for speaking truth, but I will listen to you have an opinion. It might be a stupid opinion. It might be not very well educated, but you can have opinions. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed this more of a rant style video of Bodybuilding Daily, where we talk about all things hot topic, definitely a hot topic, and trending, unfortunately, here on the world of bodybuilding and fitness. I'm your host, Josh Sanch. As always, if you enjoy these types of videos, definitely let me know in the comment sections below. I genuinely enjoy the conversations we've been having. Last few videos, we've gotten a lot of comments. So keep those comments coming. I love talking to you guys, you ladies and gentlemen. And of course, if you can support the Patreon, $1 a month, you'll get exclusive content. And if not, sharing this video with a like-minded individual does help the channel grow. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. I'm your host, Josh Sanch, and I'll see you in the next one.